Please help us save Frankies Rawbar. SOS is a nonprofit fundraising group since 2001. We're here to help Frank Wyzorek, owner of Frankies Rawbar at 4903 State Road 54 in Newport Richey. His treasured mobile seafood restaurant is facing closure by Pasco County. Frank graduated from Culinary Arts School and relocated to Newport Richey. He served fresh local seafood for his loyal customers since 2003. In 2019, Frank created a unique dining experience, drawing customers from near and far. How this problem started. In 2021, Frank wanted to install a pole barn to replace his tent. The permitting process starts with an online pre-app meeting. All county departments knew this was a food trailer on a commercial property applying for a pole barn permit. Frank applied, then spent the rest of 2022 satisfying the permit requirements. The pole barn manufacturer hired a permit tech to help his customers. He said, getting a permit in Pasco County is almost impossible. Frank satisfied all requests and thought it was completed. Now, the county required a soil consultant to drill 3 holes on the property for $2,800. He waited several weeks for his appointment. While he waited, the permitting department closed his application. They said, "Your permit is taking too long." His permit tech tried to submit the required soil test results. She was told, "This information is too old." Permitting told Frank to start the process all over again. A second pre-app meeting was scheduled for August 8th. Picture the cartoon of Charlie Brown, Lucy, and the football. More about that later. What started this? On 4/27, a code officer told Frank he'd violated County Ordinance 402.5. It states 1. Food trucks and trailers must be moved every night. 2. Frank can only be on his property for 104 days per year. A friend called 2 commissioners for Frank. First, to Jack Mariano. Jack emailed the code department to ask how Frank could apply for a pole barn permit but be forced to leave after just 104 days. We don't know if there was a response. Second, he called Catherine Starkey. Her return voicemail alluded to a warning for Frank. He could have a problem with this ordinance. Rawbar employees recall her taking many pictures while waiting for a to-go order. To date, this is the entirety of Commissioner Starkey's assistance for one of her constituents. On 5/10, Code Department informed Frank they're standing down regarding the warning. A meeting was scheduled for 5:30 of Code, Permitting, and Zoning departments with county attorneys. Issues of enforcing this ordinance allegedly would be discussed. Frank asked to be at the meeting. They said it was for county employees only. Afterward, he requested the minutes. They said no minutes were taken. Relevant departments and county attorneys debated an ordinance which will decimate local businesses and chose not to record minutes of the discussion. Allegedly, Frankie's Rawbar was discussed in detail. False statements were accepted as fact. We requested specific information about this secretive meeting. One response was, this request could be referred to the county attorney if any legal ramifications were involved. Why would county officials not answer legitimate questions? Catherine Starkey's office was contacted. 2 questions asked were, which type of permit does the Starkey Market food trailer have? Was it subject to the same ordinance affecting Frankie's Rawbar? She immediately referred our inquiry to the county attorney. Frank works hard, as all self-employed business owners do. When your business is being threatened, you deserve answers from those in power. Why do all roads for our answers lead to the county attorney's office? It gets worse. On 6/2, the same officer returned. He told Frank that now he had to move the large tent every night along with the trailer. Frank could be liable for fines up to $500 per day and be charged in a court case. The officer gave him a second warning and would be back after 6/19. On 6/16, the permit tech got an email stating the code officer must issue a violation for Frankies Rawbar because 30 days have passed since the first warning. Frank waited 30 days because the code department told him to. Apparently, he was going to get fined whether he complied or not. Was this code officer unaware his own department made Frank disregard the first warning? If he did know, could a county employee be recklessly disregarding the civil rights of a local business owner? If he didn't know, it could document a serious communication breakdown within a county department. This is a county department with the power to open, close, and fine local businesses with impunity. After that email, allegedly, this officer's jurisdiction was relocated to Dade City. One positive note, the officer told Frank to apply for a mobile food court permit. He said Frankie's Rawbar already had the required amenities in place to qualify. Now, this flawed ordinance would no longer apply to Frankie's Rawbar. Frankie applied and included it with the second pole barn application. Most Pasco food trucks and trailers have been in the same location for years. Several have illegal hookups and unpermitted structures. We've all seen them. Notably, food trucks in Frank's neighborhood have not moved in years, not been visited by a code officer, not been checked for violations, not received any warnings or violations. The county recently decided to enforce an ordinance which existed for years. In our opinion, someone in power has chosen Frankie's Rawbar as a target. Who and why? Research appears to document of 142 licensed active food trucks in Pasco, Frankie's Rawbar is the only one being targeted with these tactics. Documents involving his case appear to have been altered. Some appear to be missing. If this is a case of selected enforcement, it cannot and will not stand. Returning to the August 8th virtual meeting, Frank's earnest efforts to fulfill initial county requirements have been met with a tangled web of ever-changing demands. It's a work in progress. Just a reminder, Lucy, the county, Charlie Brown, Frank, the football, his permits. At this point, Frank can be fined thousands of dollars under highly questionable circumstances. He employs 7 families, most with young children. If this happens to Frankie's Rawbar, it can happen to any business in Pasco. Please help us fight this unfair treatment of a local business. Ordinances like this are revised and amended every day. It requires money, a plan, and a knowledgeable land use attorney. Donations will offset fines and legal fees to fix this antiquated ordinance. You're also helping protect Frankie's Rawbar from this county onslaught. Who is SOS? The Save Our Sandbar group has been a nonprofit since 2001. We successfully fought the state Parks Department for boating use of the Anclote sandbar that every boater enjoys today. In 2001, on a Saturday morning, local boaters found the entire sandbar roped off for the use of birds only. It was closed completely to Pasco boating. Boaters had to anchor at least 10 feet away and could not walk on it. The State Parks Department's research was flawed and enforcement heavy handed. We raised money for our own research and found room for both. SOS fought back hard and won for every Pasco boating family. We helped support Mike Fasano, Jack Mariano, and John Legg with their successful elections. SOS donated thousands of dollars for local charities from successful fundraising. Frankies Rawbar was always there to support us. It's our turn to help him. We've created a database of every mobile restaurant in Pasco. In numbers, there is power. Please join us and save a unique Florida landmark since 1969. If you enjoy Frankie's delicious food, our Zen garden, visits with Spike, the wonderful decor, and old Florida charm, please donate. No donation is too small. Help prevent Frankie's Raw Bar from becoming just a wonderful memory. We can change this ordinance and prevent negative impacts on this business community. SOS has proven you can fight City Hall and win. Join our Facebook group to protect Pasco mobile food services and restaurants. Updates of legal and county progress will be posted. Please join our army of Rawbarians. We are an army for good. Your first Rawbarian mission is please like, share, follow this fundraiser with Facebook friends and other social media. Pinning it to the top of your page will help. From SOS and everyone at Frankie's Raw Bar, we say